talking to these two cops, a third cop showed up and just walked into my house, and I thought, that's rude. Like, I know I'm talking to cops here, but it's not a cop party. Ring the doorbell. He comes in and asks me the same questions the other cops just asked me, and then goes, well, I guess I'll leave you in the hands of these capable officers. And I was like, that was really sarcastic. Are these shitty cops? Not cool giving me the bad ones. I left and I figured, well, I'm never going to hear about this. I did get written up in the Etobicoke Guardian, my local paper. Big news, local man robbed. I would have made the front page, but there was a church bazaar on that. I got in trouble for the newspaper article because when I told my mom I got robbed, I left out that they swiped my cigarettes. She comes up to me holding the newspaper. So, we're still smoking, are we? Fuck off, Mom. That was not the point of that article. I figure I'm never going to hear about it again. 6 months later, I'm smoking another joint on my couch. I know. I never learned. It could be the pot. I'm sitting there smoking, the phone rings, and I answer it, and they say, hello, Mr. Wilson, it's the police. And immediately, I was just... Can you guys see me right now? I said, Mr. Wilson, we wondered if you had any new information on the mugging that happened to you 6 months ago. It's like, I don't want to be rude, but I figured when I told you about it, that you were going to investigate it, and I would just sit back and wait for an update. I didn't realize I was supposed to carry on a side investigation. I'll be honest, Chief, my paperwork's a little backed up on it. I don't know what they thought I was going to say. They thought I was going to be like, yes, me and my crack team of specialists have busted this case wide open. You're going to want to have a seat. This goes all the way to City Hall. I didn't think about it to hang up, but what I should have done just to freak him out is went, you want to find your perps? Check the morgue. Click. Hit redial. Did he kill them? I've had a few run-ins with the law over the years. Mostly unintentional. There was one time. Here's what happened. I was cooking French fries in a pot of oil on my stove. And what I discovered is, you should never ever do that, ever! What happened to me is I walked outside just for a moment to check on the hamburgers on the barbecue. When I came back inside, that pot of oil was on fire. So I began to panic. I frantically started searching my kitchen, trying to find a fire extinguisher that I don't own. So thinking quickly, with my brain, I thought, what historically is very good at fighting fires? And water, historically, very effective firefighting tool. Firemen use it. It's got to be pretty good. So feeling very smart, feeling very heroic, I ran to the sink and I turned the sink on. Sink is a funny word. Really silly. dish hose. I think all I have to do is name appliances. I aimed my dish hose. I pressed down on the trigger and shot a perfect arc of water through the air, landing directly in the center of the inferno. At which point, the giant phoenix of death erupted from the pot and hugged the entire room in its fiery wingspan. So I let go of the dish hose. And I shit my pants. Just a bit. Just so I knew I did it. I then called 911 while trying to put a lid on top of the fire. Because the geniuses who engineered my stove put the knobs that control the heat directly behind the flames. I then spent 20 beautiful minutes chasing my cat through darkened rooms because animals don't know when you're trying to save them. My cat's going, it's a game. It's a chasing game. It's not a game, you asshole. It's a rescue. Get out from under the credenza. I have really nice furniture. I finally grabbed my cat. I ran outside, ran next door to my neighbor's house, pounded on my neighbor's door. My neighbor, Mr. Beatty, answered. I said, Mr. Beatty, it's an emergency. I need to borrow your fire extinguisher. And Mr. Beatty looked at me and said, what for? I'm sorry. The words emergency and fire extinguisher weren't enough for you. I'm rehearsing a play. It was at that moment that the fire department arrived and I could breathe a sigh of relief. The heroes are here. They're going to save you. The firemen, they're supposed to be there. Of course, whenever you call 911, the police show up. They have to take your statement. So the officer asked me what happened. I said I was cooking French fries in a pot of oil on the stove. Caught on fire. The cop didn't even look up from his pad. He just kept writing and he said, yeah, you should have had a salad. Now, I'll be honest. I don't know if that cop was taking a shot at my sides. Or if that was merely because salads don't ignite. But touche, officer. You've won this round.